This is Bruce Hill, New Skills, New You. Today we're going to talk about pricing structure. I run into this time and time again where a lot of you all either don't have clear pricing, which makes it difficult for your customers to make a decision, or you are struggling to create a high ticket program. Now, this is, mind you, this is for my service-based businesses. Um, SaaS, especially if you're a tech startup, perfect. If you're a coach, consultant, speaker, this will be perfect for you. If you sell products, there's still some lessons to be learned, but I found this most effective where I use it in my business, which is service based, and then from my time in the SaaS world. All right, in SaaS sales. Let's see. Where do we start? So, okay, first of all, one new skill will change your life, right? We focus here at New Skills New You on your personal and professional development with the emphasis in sales, because we know that when we grow your people, we grow your business. So, pricing, first of all, should be simple. If you're taking notes, look, I take notes during my own time. Pricing, first of all, should be simple. It is easy to understand, it's easy to decide. Okay. Easy to understand, easy to decide. And when I talk about decide, I'm talking about a buying decision for the client. So we'll talk about uh, presenting the price and presenting the solution. That's a whole nother conversation. Try and keep these about 10 minutes because I want them to be actionable so you can just take it and go, right? One new skill will change your life. So first things first is simple. I had a client, great guy, said, "How much do you charge?" And he sent me an Excel sheet. It had like 4 pages to it, and there was like 76 line items. And I was like, "Hey, this is confusing. I can't use this to help sell what you do." Well, I don't understand it. That means I can't explain it. If I can't explain it, it means the client's not going to understand it. And very few people are going to just hand you money and say, "Well, just give me whatever you think I should have." No, no. Simple pricing. That's first of all. Second, recurring pricing. Maybe I can think of a little like acronym to make it fun. Find a way. I'm working on this myself, so pointing fingers at myself as well. Find a way to have a recurring revenue model. If you're like, "Well, Bruce, I don't really, I'm a speaker. You only buy me once or twice." Why? If you are a speaker, you're good at what you do, people are changed for the better because of your talks. Why wouldn't they want you to come back? Your recurring could just be quarterly, could be annually. One of my favorite things to do after a talk is say, "Hey, thank you so much for the opportunity, sir. When would you like me to come back?" That's recurring. It's a lot easier to find people that you've already worked with because you don't have to go searching for them. What do you go to your CRM, you go on your phone, or your email, right? You send a message, "Hey, it's me again." Or what if you could offer, this is something that I love, can't take credit for the idea, a Q&A, weekly, monthly, and so say, "Hey, in addition to this service, you can add on live Q&A so you have access to me on a set basis, and you come in, ask me anything you want." Or I've seen people do it, they'll call it office hours. Say, "Hey, during these office hours, I help you with questions you have, difficulties you have during your implementation." So let's say you sold consulting package, you help them on board a customer relationship management system. Say, "Okay, here you go, you're all set up. You've got your training videos, you got your passwords, log in, you're good to go." Well, they're like, "Well, what if we have a question?" And so that's ongoing service that people are happy to pay with because they love having people pay for access. They love having the ability and access to a trusted advisor. Okay. Just some ideas for recurring, but if you don't have recurring in your business, I strongly recommend it. One of my favorite speakers, just amazing woman, is shout out to Ashley Kirkwood Esquire. She has digital courses based around her talks, and then she leases them for, I think, 3 months, 6 months, or a year. You can do, right? And so this is a way that you can create recurring revenue without spending recurring time. So I give you a couple examples where it be you, and some where it's digital. Quick recap: if you just got here, simple and recurring. Next, always, always, always have a higher priced offer. No matter what you do, there should be something to the higher end and something to the lower end. And it could be the same thing, just different levels of service. What do I mean by that? People will pay, ooh, remind me to put picking the perfect price. I'll put a link to the training in there. And it talks about the reasons people will pay a premium. They want to get there faster. They want access. I mentioned that earlier. They want community. They want structure or guidance. So people are like, well, why would anyone pay me to set up their CRM? Because some of you are really smart. You're smart enough to know, hey, if I go on YouTube, I can learn more and enhance my skills. You're smart enough to seek knowledge. So that curiosity is a superpower for you. But you also know, say, instead of spending, let's say, 20, 30 hours learning CRM, why don't I just spend 2 or 3 hours with Bruce, who's used, I think I'm up to 40, 45 CRMs right now, plus, not to mention the implementations. Spend 2 or 3 hours with him. He can just teach us and we can save that time and energy, right? And so you could just follow the step-by-step process and achieve your results faster. So these are some reasons people will pay a premium. And some people do it themselves. That's fine. That's where that lower item comes in. Hey, here's a consulting package. It's X number of dollars. If you're not ready to invest at a level, we have some templates. Let's call it a digital course. Grab my book. I love, listen, I'm an author. Shout out to Book Profits Club. I'm always going to sell some books. And that'll be a less costly, more affordable, and DIY option. Now on the other end, you want something, and if it's going to be tough, but at least 5 times your standard offering, at least 5 times, and you want to make that so compelling that a person with the ability and the need sees it as a no-brainer. That looks different for everyone, so that might be a one-on-one call. Send me a message. It's fine. I'll be happy to answer. Or you can go to newskillsnewyou.com. You can schedule a call. I think it's the one at the bottom. But it has to be at least 5 times more than your standard offering. And the reason that it becomes a price anchor, it becomes a perspective for them. So if you say, hey, this standard rate is $1,000, just use that. But you don't want to spend that much. Here's just $250. You can get these DIY support. But on this end, it's $55,000 and it has to be locked in for at least 6 months, right? So you want to do 12, that's fine. Well, there's a discount. Uh, I'll talk about discounts in just a minute. And it needs to be so far off. They're like, whoa, $55,000. Let's just do the 1,000 a month. We can handle that, right? And it makes it a little bit easier where they're not arguing with you about your standard pricing. And that should be priced in a way you can run your business and live your life. We don't give discounts to convince people. We don't give discounts to close deals. No, we give discounts to action takers. So DIY, standard pricing, premium pricing. Always have a premium price. Always have a higher level offer. There's so much more to go into that, but grab the course. Picking the perfect price is in the notes. All right, discounts. There's only 3 reasons I give discounts. And it's never to please, please, please work with me. I'm not 50% off. No, absolutely not. There's 3 reasons I give discounts. Speed. Say, hey, listen, if you go online, you'll see it right now. And I have them go look. It's X number of dollars. But if you book on a call with me, you'll say 20%. I'll do as much as 20% often. Again, it has to be priced so that you're not operating net negative, but we can work through that. That's number one, speed. Number two is commitment. So even if they pay monthly, I'll say, hey, if you commit to a year, it'll be this much. If you commit to 2 years, it'll be this much. If you commit to 3 years, it'll be this much. I don't recommend contracts longer than 3 years. A lot can happen in 3 years. Speed, commitment, and then payment plan. If you pay, what I like to do is $1,000 a month is like the very bottom consulting package, right? But if you pay for a year, it's just 10,000. And you'll see this if you grab some software, maybe Mailchimp or something. They'll give you a discount So I don't like MailChimp. I should need to edit that out. But the example still stands. Klaviyo. They'll give you a discount over that year for paying in full. It's something you should adopt as well because a lot of companies, the way their budget's set up, it's easier for them to pay once a year than it is monthly. It's less for them to keep track of, it's less for them to forget, and comes back to being simple. So people don't think that, oh, that's too high, no one's going to pay that much. That's not your decision. At least create that option in your business to make it easier for people to work with you. Quick recap. Keep your pricing simple. Always have a recurring option. Always have a premium option. And then have pricing options. That includes discounts. So we're not doing a discount again out of desperation. It's part of our strategic sales process of our strategy in order to make it the best experience for the client and the easiest decision for the client to work with us. All right. I hope that helps. I love talking about pricing because when you add value, people are happy to pay you. You don't have to feel bad about it. I talk about that a little bit in that digital course. So grab after that, picking the perfect price and let me know what you think. Leave your questions in the comments. I'm Bruce Hill with New Skills, New You. One new skill will change your life.